Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
We have made it into the top 5 of our roster countdown series. 86 episodes down. And number 5 comes Christian McCaffrey, which probably a little bit of a shock here. And I know some people, we're going to have major debates on the final 6 because you've got your 5 all-pro players and the quarterback. How that shakes out, we'll find out. But Christian McCaffrey was number 2 last year on this countdown list, coming off the Offensive Player of the Year performance. Well, 2024 didn't shake out the way everybody hoped it would for Christian McCaffrey. Got the contract extension before the season with the injury, quote-unquote, being known about. The severity of all those things and whatever else, and ended up missing, only played in 4 games, missed 13 games on the season. But I still remember Kyle Shanahan, I think it was the Wednesday before week 1 kickoff, saying, yeah, Christian McCaffrey might suit up this week. Yeah, he might play. And then he missed all the way through the bye week. And, then you had the knee sprain at the Buffalo game. And to be honest with you, Christian McCaffrey didn't look like Christian McCaffrey whenever he returned. So the dip in, falling from 2 on the countdown list to 5 this year, I kind of understand it. Our 4 ballots that we do on this list, biggest impact on the 2025 season, 5, 5, 5, and then 2. So, yeah, wherever you fall on that spectrum, I don't disagree with you. But he's got 3 Pro Bowls in his career, 2 first-team All-Pros, and an Offensive Player of the Year award. The impact that Christian McCaffrey can bring to a team, you've seen it on bad teams with the Carolina Panthers, and you've seen it on a team that makes it all the way to the Super Bowl, the 2024 49ers. The guy is a game changer. Now, added to the injury question and rebounding from that, just turned 29 this June. So the shelf life for running backs in the NFL, it is not 29. It's 28. So are there a few trends that Christian McCaffrey can break? I'm not putting anything past him. This is a person who was literally built, not literally, but he was built in a lab to be the best athlete possible. He's going into his 9th season, was raised in Colorado. He played at Valor Christian Highland Ranch, Colorado. He played running back, wide receiver, defensive back, even punter. All the accolades that you could ever dream of, 4-time varsity letter winner in track and field, state championship in the 4x100, state champion and record holder in the 4x200, all Colorado in 2011 4A player of the year. Then the following year, Gatorade player of the year, all Colorado player of the year, 5A player of the year, 5A all-state. Then the next year, did them all, same things again. So you're talking about a 3-time player of the year in high school and one of the best all-around athletes come out. And it's not just athleticism. All academic award in college. He's the 3rd Cardinal ever to win the COSIDA American Academic All-American Award. It's unbelievable what he was able to accomplish. Should have won the Heisman. And, you look at, Maxwell Award semifinalist, Doak Walker Award semifinalist, All-American, first nationally. He averaged 211 total all-purpose yards per game. Did it across the board. Pac-12 after dark, baby. The CFC going crazy out there. I remember being in Texas State up watching FS1 just so I could watch Christian McCaffrey because the dude was just stunning. He was unbelievable. 145 rush yards per game average. Dude was insane. And whenever I say he was built in a lab, the family history is pretty stupid. Christian Jackson McCaffrey, Jackson's his middle name, son of Ed and Lisa. Mother played soccer at Stanford. Dad, Ed, we all know Ed McCaffrey, right? Played football at Stanford, played for the Giants, was with the 49ers in 1994 when we won the Super Bowl. Probably his most notable performances were with the Broncos, where he played for 10 years. And Christian plays just like his dad, 110% all the time, every play, every practice. Doesn't matter. You're getting the best every single time, all-out effort. Kyle Shanahan always says he's the best player without the ball in his hand. He's a complete professional. He never wants to come out of the game. He wants to practice every day. He wants every rep. It's just what it is. Christian McCaffrey, he shared story one time about how his dad would not allow Christian to wear jeans on game days in high school because it's too heavy, it's too much wear on the legs. Now, it was against school dress code to wear athletic shorts or sweats, but he's like, well, if they suspend you or fine you, we'll deal with that when it gets. They didn't, but his dad would pull him out of high school every game day so that he could get IVs to hydrate. This is in high school. I mean, this dude was made for this. Has 3 brothers, Max, Dylan, and Luke. Max played receiver at Duke. Luke, wide receiver, we all know. He's on the Commanders. Got drafted last year. His grandfather, David, ran track at Duke. And not just ran track, was a silver medalist in the 100-meter dash in the 1960s Olympics. He was the 1956 world record holder in the 100-meter dash. His aunt, Sherry, played tennis at Virginia. His uncle Scott played football and wrestled at Duke. We're not done. His uncle Bill played basketball at Duke and Vanderbilt. Uncle Mike McCarthy played basketball at Houston College. I mean, it's just like, how many athletes do you need in the family? And it's wrestling, tennis, basketball, like football, check, all the way down. They got it all. And then you talk about Christian McCaffrey, what happens off the field. Oh, he just married Miss Universe, had their first child, Olivia Culpo, Miss Universe, Olivia Culpo. They just had their first child, which is awesome. Congratulations to the McCaffreys. They get it all. He's been on the cover of Madden, first 49ers player since Garrison Hurst. I had that Garrison Hurst Madden. I played all the time. Like, come on, man. This guy has just accomplished. It was the 8th pick in the 2017 draft, and Kyle Shedder had said, we were finding ways to try to get to him, which is crazy to me. But he went 8th overall to the Carolina Panthers, and he's had a great career. Again, 3 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pros, 1 Offensive Player of the Year. But lots and lots of injuries. And, usually when we do the injury breakdowns, we do it by year. Well, multiple injuries, multiple years, actually 4 years with more than one injury in there. So 2020, first injury, grade 1 shoulder sprain, missed 4 games. Second injury in 2020, grade 1 thigh glute strain, missed 4 games. Third injury in 2020, grade 3 ankle high sprain, missed 6 games. That's 3 major injuries. Different parts of the body, that's important, but that's ridiculous. 14 games missed. Okay, 2021, first injury, grade 2 hamstring sprain, missed 5 games. Second injury in 2021, high ankle sprain, missed 5 games. All right, 2022, made it relatively healthy. Then 2023, first one, a chest rib sprain pull, missed 1 game, and then had a calf strain, was his second one in 2023. Didn't miss games, but you did miss some snaps on that one. 2024, this is last year. You had the Achilles sprain. That kind of came, however you want to classify that. Achilles tendonitis, whatever else. 8 games missed. Comes back, plays for 4 games. Then a grade 2 PCL sprain, missed 5 games. So you're talking about 4 injuries in his career, just in the pros, below the knee, not involving the knee. You're talking foot injuries. High ankle sprains, Achilles, calf strain. That is concerning. Only 1 knee issue, and that was the PCL sprain last year. That's interesting. Usually running backs get way more knee stuff, less ankle, foot stuff, but you got to hope those feet stay somewhat healthy. Now, the ankle sprains, how you deal with those, does that affect the Achilles? I'm not smart enough to know that. I'm really, really not, so I'm not going to claim to, but I can tell you 4 ankle/foot injuries is concerning. It is. Now, how the 49ers got Christian McCaffrey, they traded a boatload for him in October of 2022. You did, let's see here. You sent a 2nd-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, and a future 5th-round pick. The Panthers completely butchered all those picks. They picked Jonathan Mingo, packaged 2 of the picks, trade up for defensive end DJ Johnson. Jonathan Mingo's not even on the team anymore. Just like absolute waste of all that capital and just terrible front office, terrible program. It's what it is. Now, probably my biggest issue with the Christian McCaffrey, and I love Christian McCaffrey. It was a great trade, but the extending him to be the highest paid running back in the NFL while he's injured. Kind of crazy to me that they did that, but they did. Bumped him up to 19.9 average per year to keep him on the team through 2027. So you've got him for the 25, 26, and 27 year. He'll be 31, and that shelf life usually is 28. Can Christian McCaffrey continue to perform that long? Well, he's going to have to. If you can't. He's basically uncuttable this year, and I don't think the Niners would do it anyway. Next year, you cut him. You're talking $20 million to cut a running back. That is making, like, you're going to pay the running back $20 million to not pay for you. I don't think that's the case either. And the one thing that I do go back to is Christian McCaffrey doesn't win with speed. Like, the longevity of running backs, if they win with speed, which a lot of guys do, that's not a negative thing. That's not how Christian McCaffrey wins. He was a 4.48 guy coming out of college, which is good, but he wins with vision, tenacity, work ethic, and, man, that skip jump, winning the passing game. Like, he could be a slot wide receiver and just be fine in the NFL. So I do believe that even though he's well along in years, has to stay healthy, but I do not see the declining athleticism that comes with age being a hindrance to Christian McCaffrey. Now, will he ever replicate the 2024 season? No, I don't think so. It'd be awesome if he did, but I don't think that he has to do that to justify this contract. Now, if you can get, over 15 to 1,600 all-purpose yards, which I think in this offense, Christian McCaffrey at this stage in his career, and again, he looks relatively healthy as of now, and that's the big if. Can he stay healthy? He's looked great at camp, OTAs. I've seen him out there. He looks spry. He looks healthy, all those things. It's just scary. Like, you're kind of crossing your fingers on all things health-related, especially lower body, to Christian McCaffrey. That's just, it's what it is. I'm not betting against him, though. And I know a lot of the NFL is. And the 49ers are betting big time on not only his health, but even his backups. Isaac Guerrero, man, one of the most injury-riddled running backs in the NFL, even before he joined the NFL. Patrick Taylor, he's now out for the season. Corey Kiner just had surgery. And then you even talk about your rookie, Jordan James, just had surgery as well. So, man, you've got a room of banged-up running backs, but the best thing that could happen is Christian McCaffrey staying even just somewhat healthy. He doesn't have to be perfect like he was in 2024, just somewhat healthy. Now, he's made a lot of money in his NFL tenure. I love that. $81.2 million career earnings, but now he's getting close to $20 million a year. He can add a lot. He can add a lot more money onto that career earned. So I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the Niners to have him back. As soon as, when he wasn't back there, things didn't look right. Even with Jordan Mason, who was leading the NFL in rushing at one point, it wasn't the same because you lost the pass game, check down kind of flow. Rushing game's going to be fine in Kyle Shanahan's system all the time, no matter what, whoever's back there. But with a healthy Christian McCaffrey, you're talking one of the best offenses in the NFL if it's not number one overall. Can't wait to see 23 out there. Week 1. It's going to be awesome. Have to say thank you to Ben. He worked his rear end off on all this background information for today's episode. So I want to say thank you to Ben. And for us and the 49ers Rush team, we're just going to keep counting them down.